You can walk around.
We good to go back?
Yes, sir.
All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the fourth edition of the NIAAA Town Hall. We look forward to visiting with you today and to sharing some updated information. And it's always great to see everyone. You know, the great thing about April is May is just around the corner. And for an old Kentucky boy, that means that the horse races are getting ready to fire up. So really excited about that. And of course, here in Indianapolis, they're getting ready for a different fire race that is at the end of the month. So the month of May is racing month here in the NIAAA offices, and we're just glad you chose to join us today and visit with us. And with us today, we're going to be sharing some not too new information, but some additional information in order to help you in your role as a member within the NIAAA. So at this time, I want to give Dr. Dustin Smith the opportunity to give a welcome.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the town hall. Hopefully you are continuing to make excellence normal in your strive for whatever that looks like for you and your locations. And I've been excited because I've been traveling around to state conferences and seeing excellence on display, seeing our membership embrace what excellence is and making that normal. I hope that as we get towards the end of April and start of May, a good friend of mine tells me all the time, run through the finish line. And I hope that you're sprinting through the finish line through this semester. Hope you're finding ways to fill your cup. It's impossible to pour from an empty cup. So I hope that you're finding ways to fill your cup, whether that's state conferences, professional development opportunities like this town hall. I'm excited that you're joining us, excited to see just how things end up for everybody this semester, and look forward to a summer where you can hopefully get some time to recharge, refresh, and relax, and spend time with those that matter most to you over the summer months.
Yeah, thanks, Dustin. Absolutely. So just want to share some additional information as we start talking a little bit about membership update. I'm going to share with you right now, currently the NIAAA is hovering right at 17,000 members. And you say, wow, that would be absolutely monumental. It would be great if we can finish June 30th at 17,000 members. Again, all of our credit goes to our states as they continue to work in that grassroots effort and reaching out for those that maybe are not aware of the NIAAA and reaching out to those that need the growth through professional development. So excited about that. Want to remind our state leaders that are on here that professional outreach grants are due June the 1st. The board wants those in before June the 1st because the simple fact is with our new timeline, it allows us to make more informed decisions, better informed decisions in the fact of the allocations of funds that come through the endowment grant for that. And then some of our states, as we're communicating, as we go out to across the country into our section meetings and our state conferences, some of our states are eligible for grants. And so grants are $1,000 one-time grant every 3 years in which states can get in order to assist in some educational initiative within their state. And so those grants go out throughout the year as long as the funds are still there left over primarily through the endowment fund. And so thankful for our endowment fund. Again, it's been a great year with the endowment fund. If you look at the growth of the endowment fund, it's kind of been in a roller coaster this year, up and down, as has been the economy this year a little bit. Mike Mannion, who is our financial advisor, continues to oversee that and watches that. And again, just so our members know, the outreach fund is generated through the outreach funds are generated through the endowment fund through a 3-year rolling average. So the balance at the end of June 30th over the past 3 years, multiply that by 5%, gives us that 3-year rolling average. And then that money is allocated back to the states in order to assist them in doing professional development, either with our foundational courses, 501, 2, and 3, or our middle school courses, 700 and 701. So really excited about that. And just a reminder, that's June the 1st. Some other news of note, just a reminder, the decision has been made that we will be going fully digital fully digital for our LTC manuals. We have not set a date yet as of a cutoff, but I will tell you that in Phoenix, it will be fully digital. All of our leadership training courses material in Phoenix will be fully digital. So we are getting close to that. We're having a state coordinators meeting next week, Zoom meeting next week of all of our state coordinators, and we're going to talk a little bit about that and try to look at setting that timeline. And no, we will not be decreasing primarily the fee to the states for that, because the simple fact is we still are through a course revision every 5 years and keeping those cognitive standards in order to obtain and maintain our courses as the best of the best, basically built by the best of the best with our athletic directors. Some other news of notes that you need to be thinking about: Section 8, Rich will be going to Section 8, which will be May the 1st and 2nd in Jackson Hole. Section 3 will be hosting their section in Atlanta, Georgia, May, I think it's 15th and 16th in Atlanta, Georgia. June 8th and 9th will be Section 5 in Omaha, Nebraska. Section 4 will be in Schaumburg, Illinois, June the 11th through the 12th. And then we will finish all of our sections this year with Section 2 in Chester, Pennsylvania, June 15th through 17th. And Rich and Becky and I primarily have pretty much broken that up and gone through that. So with that, I also want to just a reminder to everyone that our 2026 NIAAA initiative is the Frank Boyles Alzheimer's caregiving donation, and all of the money for this goes to athletic administrators, educators, coaches, and whatever that have been touched by this horrible disease. And so therefore, all of those donations, you can go to our website and you can go to that and make a contribution either as a state or as an individual with that. And with that, I want to turn it back over to Dustin Smith and just share, allow him to share a little bit of an update as well.
Thanks, Phil. We have a lot of opportunities, obviously, with this and the 80 roundtable for us to be involved, and some things that we're looking at doing moving forward. We will. Our July board meeting is coming up. We'll address some things in the July board meeting that will obviously set the tone for what things look like as we get ready for Phoenix. That will be in December. Hopefully you're looking forward to whatever Phoenix is going to bring for you, being involved with leadership training, workshops, whatever. If you have interest in presenting or being part of a workshop or a moderator, please let Phil, Becky, or myself or Rich know, and we can get you connected in that form and fashion. Just really excited about the numbers for our membership. Phil has talked about that and what that looks like. Excited for what that means and the initiatives that we've put forward in the strategic plan, and trying to grow our membership, trying to continue to improve the membership and the opportunities that we provide our membership. At the end of the day, we're trying to develop our profession, and we get to do that in a really cool way. Multiple opportunities for that to happen, but love our involvement, love the involvement of our membership, and hopefully this time for you guys is valuable as you continue to pour into yourself and then you pour into our profession.
Thank you, Dustin. Appreciate that. So let me share just a little bit of additional news with our members and primarily our state leaders that are on the call. Our board call was April the 7th, as Dustin talked about a little bit and whatever. And with that, there were decisions that were made. One of the decisions we want to start communicating that taking effective July the 1st, then our NIAAA executive leadership has established a hierarchy in the sense that we will now have an executive director, a deputy executive director, and an associate executive director. This was brought about by me primarily in the need in order to establish some type of the old adage is that if something happened to me, I wanted someone to be designated in order to be able to work directly, primarily with the board in that transition. So effective July 1, Becky Moran will be our deputy executive director, and Rich will still be in our position as Associate Executive Director. Again, nothing's changed except for establishment of a hierarchy. Becky, Rich, and I right now are currently working on our job descriptions in order to look at that and utilize our strengths in unique ways in which we feel like that we can continue to benefit the membership again as well. So just some final update on that. And at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Rich as he's going to give you some professional development updates.
Yeah, it's been encouraging going around to state conferences and just seeing the outstanding things that are happening with professional development, increased leadership training course numbers and also certification numbers. One thing that's I know my email and phone has kind of been blowing up is with the QPA registration. We had a lot of people on the interest Zoom meeting last week to do some Q&A about it, but cohorts 9 and 10, the registration email will go out on May 4th. Only 14 will be accepted, so I'm certain there will be a high number of individuals who are not able to get into that. The next one will be in October. But if you have interest and you've taken 799 and have your CAA, you can look for that email on May 4th. Summer webinar schedule. We will have 12 courses taught, 600 and 700 level courses. The first one will be July 13th. That'll go from July 13th through August 4th. Those courses will be Monday through Thursday courses. The registration will open on June 15th. Just a reminder, registrations must be paid in full by the closing date, which is one business day before the webinar session begins, and checks must be received no later than 2 business days prior to the session. But summer's a good time for those working towards certification, also to take online courses, our introductory courses and legal courses. One thing that has been real encouraging is spring certifications. We're well on pace for record numbers. And just a reminder for those looking to take the CAA exam, the PDF needs to be completed and sent in 10 days prior to taking the exam. Our AD roundtable, just an excellent monthly professional development opportunity led by Don Baker with in-demand speakers, noted authors, discussing, also we discussed current trends and issues. The next one will be May 27th, 2 p.m. Eastern. Encourage you to put that on your calendar and also let some of your colleagues know. That's just a great 45 minutes to 1 hour professional development opportunity each month. We won't have roundtables scheduled for the summer months of June and July. We'll pick it back up in August, but great opportunity to take advantage of. And with that, I'll turn it back to Phil.
Thank you, Rich. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Becky, as she's going to share some updates related to the conference and some other special initiatives.
Hi, everyone. Just some reminders for you on our PSAs. This is something that we do in conjunction with the NFHS, and we roll these out annually. It is messaging both audio and video now to support education-based athletics. And we want to continue to remind you of these because we want to let you know of the opportunities that we have available for you to provide that support inside of your space. Put them on your hold music, put them on your video boards, share that messaging consistent around the country about the value of education-based athletics and the role that you play in that for your schools and your communities. Upcoming in 2027 is we are going to be celebrating the 50th year of meetings for the NIAAA. I'm really excited to take a look at about 50 years of our history as an association, and also where we've come from over the last 50 years. And we'll be culminating that celebration in Kansas City, which is the birthplace of both NFHS and the NIAAA. So really looking forward to taking a year to celebrate us and the work that you all do. In addition to that, the NIAAA, in conjunction with the 50th, is taking a look at their current logo. We are actively working with a small committee and a marketing firm on a recreation of an NIAAA logo to represent our entire membership as we move forward into our next 50 years. So we will be launching that at the conclusion of the 27 conference in Kansas City, and really looking forward to that and the work that that committee's been doing to provide us something that we can truly be proud of as an association. Another update for us is later today in your inboxes, you should be receiving a membership survey. This survey, we sent one out a couple years ago. This is something that we're going to be doing every few years to continue to keep a pulse on what is going on in education-based athletics around the country. And so we really ask that you take the opportunity to complete that survey, share it with make sure that your colleagues are completing that survey so that we can get information that helps us best support the work you're doing and the conversations that we're having at a national level to speak to the role of an athletic administrator in our schools across our country. As a little incentive, hopefully that's enough of an incentive, but as a little bit more incentive, we do have 10 $50 Amazon gift cards that will be randomly selected for individuals who do complete that survey for us. We really believe it's important to get that information here in the office, so again, that we can use that, turn it around, and have really strong data-driven conversations around our current profession, the current state of our profession.
Becky, let me interject, and thank
Please.
you for just interject the value and importance of that survey. It helps us in driving some of the decisions we make related to the campaigns maybe that we put out in order to support you, that maybe go to superintendents and principals across the country. So again, this survey is vital in the fact of providing us necessary statistical data to help us formulate decisions in providing and making sure that we're advocating on behalf of you. And so again, as Becky shared with you, please, if you could take 10 minutes to complete that survey, it will be deeply appreciated.
With that, I do want to just touch on our conference coming up here. We are going to be going to Phoenix, Arizona in December. Our dates are December 11th through the 15th in Phoenix, Arizona. The conference itself, the bulk of the activities will be at the Phoenix Convention Center. We will be at local hotels that are right around that space, the Sheraton downtown Phoenix, the Renaissance downtown Phoenix, the Westin Phoenix downtown, and the Hyatt Regency also in Phoenix. So those will be there. Our room rate for this year's conference is $179. And I just want to remind you all that you will get that link for hotel booking after you complete your registration. This year's registration will be opening on July 15th. If you want to share that date out, that is, we are going to be looking to year over year now stay consistent on that July 15th date so that people aren't looking for different dates throughout the month, but that is going to be the date that will open the NADC here going forward. And really excited about the work that's being done. Dustin mentioned, if you have a great workshop title or workshop presenter that you think we should be adding to the lineup for this year, we are currently in that process. So anything you can get to us, please get to us pretty quickly. And then I just want to make note of our keynote speakers. Christina Cashin will be our opening keynote speaker, and Dr. Kevin Elko will be our closing speaker. Really looking forward to a great lineup of professional development, networking, camaraderie as we gather in Phoenix this year in December. And with that, I am going to turn it back over to Phil.
So let me say again for the group, July the 15th, July the 15th, July the 15th, and I would advise you to go in and register. I would advise you to go in and get your hotel with that. You can always cancel or whatever. But again, as you all know, those of you that are on this call, those rooms become a premium as we get closer to October and November. And so therefore we have a certain room block in those facilities, and we want to be able to accommodate our members so we can, as Becky said, have a great event. At this time, I'm going to open it up for any Q&A. If you have a question or whatever, you can enter it into the chat, or you can unmute yourself and we will be able to respond as is. Not seeing any or hearing any, as you all know, you can always contact us here at the office. We're Rich and Becky and I always look forward to talking to our leadership and our members across the country as we continue to serve you. And we're just thankful for what you're doing on a daily basis. But we hope you have a great end of April, and we hope that primarily you have a wonderful May as we springboard into the summer. So absolutely, it's wonderful to see you. Have a great rest of your week as you start this new week, and so long.